I initially planned sometime in March, maybe on the channel's birthday or summertime. Then I just figured, you know what? Why not on my birthday to start it off? It is a little past midnight, so hopefully that provides us for some good luck in this one. Let's begin game number 1. Let's begin. I wouldn't be too upset at a rough game to start, because at least we get the low out of the way early. But we do make a couple plays before we have a chance at no more and make that a trio of plays. But I believe that will be it, as there's nowhere for that 8, 4, king, 6, 2 of hearts, jack, or 5. So already on to our second game of the night. I wonder if we should have a shortest games ever compilation. I think that'd be pretty fun. See the similarities and differences within each. Triple aces, triple threes, and that looks to be it, surprisingly. Alright, so since this is a birthday deck, let's talk about birthdays. What is a birthday tradition of yours? Or what is something that you like to do on your birthday? Alright, game number 2. For myself, there hasn't really been anything consistent for my birthday besides the inconsistency. Pretty much growing up, I was either sick on my birthday or everyone else was sick around us. And having a small family as it is, it was mainly just my brother, sister, and parents together. And which kind of sucks because having a smaller family, especially growing up, I valued having family time together. But it's just something you get used to. So usually we would have something. Oh, I do remember now. Some of the consistencies. There used to be a restaurant, my favorite one, called Sweet Tomatoes, a salad bar type, and would go there probably every other year. For whatever reason, I enjoyed Red Lobster, probably for the biscuits. What else? But the birthday dinner was about the main focus. Stores would usually be closed, especially the ones we would like to go to. So we didn't really go out much. So it's just mainly a birthday dinner. Now I think I just kind of continue that feeling of not expecting too much or anything, and just do something later on my own time. Like, let's say this year, I'm looking forward to a little bit after New Year's to go out of town and enjoy myself. It was funny. One year, I asked for just hot Cheetos for my birthday dinner, and I shared them with my dog at the time. My dog was an absolute tank, and she liked everything that I liked, which was pretty funny, while everyone else had Boston Market. Okay. And just like that, without any twos on the field, we cannot make a single play. More. 10, 5, 8, jack, nowhere to go. Aces with no twos. So that's the end of that game, as we're just a couple cards short of a couple of fat stacks. Let's see the final 12 or 11 beneath it this time. Nothing much. Ooh. What is your favorite type of birthday dessert? It could be your birthday or someone else's birthday. Alright, we'll do 3 card flip for this game. It's annoying to me, but I'm not much of a sweets person. And I never really was on my birthday either. It was really hard to find something to enjoy. And when I was younger growing up, my favorite part of the birthday cake was the actual cake. The icing was always just way too sweet or bland. But the cakes I would enjoy more so were ice cream cake. And when I grew older, my parents would get this local bakery's triple chocolate cake, which was a lot of chocolate, but not intolerable anymore. But what I do like are some either Halo Top or Pillsbury Zero sugar brownie mixes with some zero sugar Cool Whip on top. about my level of sweetness, of enjoyment. I never really was one to ask for cake too. It was something savory. I just completely realized I forgot to do the 3-card flip. Well, next round, we'll do it for sure. I remember growing up, though, I think when I was 3 years old, so just when I was able to start remembering, I was into Thomas the Tank Engine, and my mother made me a molded Thomas the Tank Engine cake, and that was pretty neat at the time. We'll leave it there. And then our third play from our hand. We'll put it down, why not? I guess I really haven't thought too much about my birthday, about growing up and now, because hearing it sounds a little sad or cynical in ways, but it's not whatsoever. In my opinion, or through my eyes. There we go. Another 9, of course. Triple 9s momentarily. And we are on the brink of our first fat stack of the night. Fat stack number 1. And on the cusps of fat stack number 2, with a light blue 6. And it would appear that will be it for this one, as there's nowhere for that 7. Oh, wait a minute, there is somewhere for that 3, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, I don't know what this card is, you remember? I don't. If we play this 3, let's just do it. Oh no. I made the wrong decision. Maybe 6, 5, and a 7 with nowhere to go. Damn, I was hoping that was gonna be right there instead. Well, on to our next game. 1 fat stack in, still in search of our first win. Oh, here is a tradition I just kind of remembered. When I was younger, probably around 7 to 12 years old, after Christmas, between Christmas break and my birthday, with all of the birthday money and Christmas money there would be, we would go to San Francisco. My brother and I, well, with our parents of course, to go to Japantown, hobby stores, collectible stores, I think is what it's called now, and just look for things that we would like. And on the way, we would go through a town with a Hispanic store. We would pick up some Mexican bread or pan dulce, some milk candies, and for those of you who don't know what milk candies are, they're a broad candy of Hispanic cultures, mainly the yeah, Central America, but expand southwards easily to where it's milk-based but very heavy in sweetness. A common one is kind of imagine like a dried papaya, but then make it a little bit thicker, and it's just milk and brown sugar for the most part. It's really distinct. But what I would like to get were these candies called aldamas, which were that dulce de leche, but caramel pretty much, very thin, between two rice sheets. And those were just some of my favorite candies. They were maybe about that thick. And it was just a fun thing to nibble on the way out of town. And I would just save up to buy myself some Dragon Ball stuff in Japantown if they had any. Go to Nishiya Market, I'm pretty sure what it's called, to where they sell Japanese import foods as well as regular Asian imports, and probably spend like $20 there. And that was a pretty consistent tradition for about that stretch of time. And this year, for some reason, I've talked to a lot of, I guess, strangers, people you run into, just to have quick conversations with, who've had December birthdays, and they typically bring it up and ask about my experiences and theirs. And it's very notable how a lot of them kind of get the poop end of the stick. Like they always mention double gifting for Christmas and birthday. Kind of the same thing with people being sick and not being able to spend time with each other. It's very interesting hearing what they have to say, the similarities and differences. So if you have a December birthday close to Christmas, how have your birthdays been? And just as interestingly for me, for those of you who don't have those types of birthdays, how are they for you? Because everything has its pros and cons. Triple sevens, but with that 777, we earn our second fat stack of the night. Ooh, no, let's go with the other one. Alright, now time to see what we can do to keep ourselves alive. Nine, 8, 10 still with nowhere to go. No 4 of clubs to free up the 6 of spades. Like that route. So we just get a fat stack in this one. And miss our chance to go any further in this one. Yeah, even if we made the 5 of diamonds play. myself, what I'm learning now, or settling on now, is that I really don't care too much about my birthday. And I think for some, not all, that birthdays are more like funerals. Let me explain. Funerals are more for people who are living as opposed to the past. And I think for my case, my birthday is more for everyone else besides myself. Because if anything, I feel guilt not having anything I want to do for my birthday, or have anything I want, type of thing. Because right now, this is just such a nice way to start off the day, technically. The first hour of my birthday. But when I was a kid, that's a different story. I was wanting Legos, iPods. That's about it. CDs, DVDs, then eventually Blu-rays when they came out. It's kind of a nice feeling for myself. Again, we start with a light asking why for myself in that question, why do I blank, why, and so on. And it's been very peaceful learning those answers. And they're not instantaneous, of course, but that kind of makes it fun on its own. Figuring out and learning yourself is something that's really enjoyable. At least it can be. Gosh, I feel like such a hippie when I talk sometimes. Over or under a 3-minute game? I was gonna say over. Let's see how it turns out. I like how the face cards are smiling, but it is a little off-putting. Like right there. On my own time, I'll ask myself, why? Why is happiness off-putting? That's a way of thinking about it. Or is it why are inanimate objects or pictures smiling off-putting? Why was my first instinct to ask in a negative way more than a neutral or positive way? Questions that don't need answers, but maybe they do need to be answered at some point. Anyway, I'll shut up there. Let's keep it pretty quiet for the rest of this game. Fat stack number 3. Oh, that's not how that goes. And just like that, that is the end to this game. Again, pretty close from breaking through, but not quite enough. The absence of twos has cost us now in a couple of games. Lots of spade right there. Alright, let's rate this deck. When I think of birthday colors, Same with the blue. Bright but warm. Yellow. White. Kind of a rainbow, but more of those color dominant. Confetti. Or at least colored polka dots. Cake over cupcake. It doesn't match my initial color scheme when I think it, but for what it is, very pleasant on the back. Nice touch on the front, very soft. This feels like a colder birthday, like a November to early February birthday deck. Nice effort on the face guards. This one will get an 8.5. Nice durability and feel as well. Simple, done well. Oh, this sucks already. I think it was game 1 where we had a chance at triple eights, and I think we might get it now. I think that's our most common triplet start, but I'm not 100% on that. And our third play. Third play, once again. Okay, so everything's growing. That's a good sign. Almost everything is moved. We really need that black jack to help us out. We just miss it. And we just might be done in this one. 2, 10, 7. We pick it up from there. 10, 7, king, 5, and a queen with nowhere to go. The absence of twos once again kicks us right in our butt as we head into our 8th game of the night. 3 fat stacks still. good shovel, but it might need another cut. We'll go 3-card flip once again, see if that will help us out any. And just to acknowledge it, because I know it would make me either curious / bothered not knowing if I were watching. Ooh, that's good spacing so far. So if you haven't noticed, I have a couple of band-aids on my thumbs. Nothing major, just a little bit of a burn on both fingers from practicing, having fun. 666s to start. I just don't want to show a little bit of a burn. And I remember before, earlier in our journey, I just wouldn't do an episode when I'd have a burned finger or some part of my hand, but then I just kind of thought, it doesn't matter, that's a silly thing to be worried about, because in the end it doesn't really matter. And I think it doesn't really matter that we did 3-card flip, because wow, almost shut out right there. Now we have 222s, but only one can help us prolong this. So yeah, just practicing, having fun. Burned my thumbs a little bit, but nothing bad. Still 666s, so we're most likely done. Yep. 7, queen, 8, king, 10, 4, nowhere to go. And unfortunately, we move on to our next game, still without a victory. Tough night so far. Let's give it one more shot for the win. Oh, no. Still, not many triplets despite our rough results. Oh, who remembers the elementary birthdays? Those were fun as a kid. I think, especially early on, when it was a kid's birthday, it would be made a big deal. Like in the earlier grades. Like you dedicate half the day to just like a party altogether. Now it's nice to take a break from class for a while. And then when you got to like 5th and 6th grade, 4th to 6th, that didn't happen really, besides if they wanted to bring something to give to the class. But it was kind of like a status symbol where my school was on what you had on your birthday and how big it was in the early grade school. I thought it was ridiculous, but you know, kids. But what was funny was when, funny to me I should say, still cool, but you'll get it. When in the later grades there would still be birthday parties, and it would take out half of the school day to celebrate them, because not even Christmas days were like that, or Halloween. So you know, they kind of either complain to the teacher, principal, combination of the two, or some special favor type of thing. And the kids who had those moments in school, let's just say, were the, like, tattletales, is that the right word? Tattletales, but then did everything way worse than what they're accusing the other person of, type of thing. Alright, final game. But still nice taking a break from class, especially when it was your friend's birthday and they got a little embarrassed. Oh, there we go. Our third play, and we have made a lot of progress. Excellent. Our third play once again. Really, back-to-back kings twice, and we miss it that time. Oh dear, did you see what I might have saw? Drastic measures. It doesn't matter playing it, since we don't have the three of clubs or ace of spades, so nowhere for that jack. 6, 10, 5, and lastly 8. What a tough one tonight. We still got 3 fat stacks, but a lot of rough games. Not even peppered, drizzled throughout, but those are fun ones. Coming back. Just couldn't come back enough. Triple nines. Triple queens. Again, the statistics, the probability of that happening 3 consecutive cards in that order. Astounding. So it took a lot of work from the deck to take us down tonight, but it was fun, my friend. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry about that. For those of you watching on your birthday, happy birthday. Hope it is / was a good one. Love to hear about it. For everyone else, much of the same whenever your birthday may come. Please have yourself a relaxing remainder of your day and night. Many sweet dreams when you do. Until I meet again, stay safe and eat your fruits and vegetables.